Can you hear me, students, now? Huh? Okay. So, yeah, sorry for the delay and some technical glitches. My, uh, huh? Okay. Let me check. Delay is too much, right? Okay, you mute you. Okay. Uh, Students, my actual laptop got damaged, so that's the reason I'm using a new device. So some configuration issue. So I will rectify that. And yeah. So how you have done your exam? How you have done your exam? What is your feedback about the exam? Have you done well? Yes or no? Yes or no, students? Good, good. Okay, okay. Vijay Shankar is telling good, well, okay. Yeah, we have done well. It is happy for me. Okay. Okay. So in this class, what we are going to discuss is we are going to discuss NumPy aggregation. Okay. NumPy aggregation, which we are going to see in this class. Um, Before opening the Google Colab, okay, before opening the Google Colab, let me share my screen. Okay. So now what we are going to do is NumPy we have uh, discussed to certain extent. We are going to see aggregations. Aggregations we are going to see. Okay. Um, One is first function, min function. Know about min function? Can you tell me what is yes, minimum value in the array? ND array. Okay. So the usage of function min function minimum value from the ND array. Okay. Minimum value from the ND array. Okay. So that is how can we use this min in the sense there are two ways to use function. Okay. So there are two ways to use min function. One is simply after declaring an ND array, you can use the min function. How do you declare ND array? Anyone? First, in order to declare ND array, first we have to import numpy. Okay. First, we have to import numpy. Okay. So after importing numpy, I am declaring a variable called L. So please adjust with this case sensitiveness. I am declaring a variable called L. Okay. So I am adding the values 1, 5, 3, 8, 2, again 3, again 6, 7, 5, 2, 9. Okay. So I am declaring this simply a list I am creating. Okay. So I hope everyone know about how to create list and how to deal with the list. Okay. I have created a list and I am having an array np dot array of L. So we are converting that into numpy array. Okay. So L is converted into numpy array and you can print like this, right? Print of a dot min. Okay. You can do this. Another way of having this is print of np dot min of a. Okay. So these are all the two ways you can use. Okay, you can check all these two ways. I think now I am having some issue with this, opening the internet issue and opening Google Colab. Now you try with your system and check how it is working, whether it is working properly or not. I'm really sorry for that. Next I will bring with all the things next class. Okay. Suddenly it got damaged, so I found some relatives low configuration laptop. Okay, see now you can able to get this. So this is the way of using the min function. I hope there is no doubt for you in min function. Okay, can you? Oh, screen is not visible. I'm very sorry. See, now you are getting the screen. See, min function is an aggregate function which is available in the numpy. Okay, so first you have to import the numpy, import numpy as np, and you have to declare an array. The array is containing the elements 1, 5, 8, 2, 6, 7, 5, whatever may be the value. You give any value to the array, and using npy.array, using the function np.array, you can convert this list into an array, list into an np array. So once you have done that, you can apply this min function on that np array. You can apply min function in another way also, np.min of a. So this is one useful function. So this is always useful, when you are dealing with images and you're dealing with a bigger way of handling the function. Same way you can use the max function. So in max function we have different type of max function. I mean, say argument max is available. Okay, so you try from your end the max function. I am telling how max function is used the same way which we are using the min function. The same way max function we have to use. Okay, so this is the way we use the min function. The same way we have to use max function, but it will return the value which contains maximum. Okay, see here. So max function in ND array you please work on with your own machine. Okay, so this is the way of max function will return maximum value, that's all. Okay, if it is other thing, could write it, you have to. I am telling on function. Can you what is function? Raj, I am telling on function. You have to tell the use of this function. You use this function in your array and tell argument max. What is the use of this function? Argument max. Argument max. What is the difference between max and argument max? Anyone online students, what is the difference between max and argument max? Jay Shankar, you tell me. Yash, what is the difference between max and argument max? ARG max. Are you trying? No, you try with the system and tell. Try to implement argument max function in your system and tell me what is the difference between max and argument max. Do this with Google Colab or Jupyter Notebook and let me know the difference between max and argument max. Okay, any answer? Okay, see now if you apply max function, what result you get for this data? If you apply max function, you will get 9, right? 9 is the maximum. If you apply argument max, see which argument, which number 9 holds, which index 9 holds? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So it will return the position. Okay, so argument max will return the position of max maximum value. Okay, you can ask this question. Sir, you're telling this argument max function, where I can use this argument function. See, if you want to know the position of that, you can use this. Say, for example, I'm telling, recently I used this argument max function in deep learning. Actually, multi-class classification is there in deep learning. Okay. I just open on data set for you. Okay. So by that you can able to understand clearly. CIFA or 10. You all type the CIFA or 10 in your machine and open this. Open this CIFA or 10 in your machine. See, it is a data set which is available for deep learning. It contains, see, how many images? 80 million tiny images. Just look at the size of image. Very small image, 32 into 32 resolution only. So, but 80 million tiny images. This CAFR 10 itself contains, see, the CAFR 10 dataset consists of 60,000 32 into 32 color images. So it is containing 60,000 32 into 32 color images with 10 classes. Okay, it is having 10 classes. 10 classes means, you know, these are all the classes. Aeroplane. So in aeroplane, every class 6,000 images. In aeroplane, 6,000 images. 5,000 training image, 10,000, sorry, 1,000 testing image. Like this, aeroplane, automobile, bird, cat, deer, dog, frog, horse, ship, truck. These are all the things. Okay, so once we have done with the deep learning model will give probability. You're after training, you are giving an image. Okay, you are giving some image and asking the deep learning model to predict that particular image belongs to which category. So the deep learning model should identify whether that image is an aeroplane or automobile category or bird category or cat category or deer category. It should identify any one category. Okay. So in that case, it will give probability only. Okay. For aeroplane, 0.2 probability. I am telling one example. For aeroplane, the same way, for aeroplane, it is saying 0.2 probability. Okay. For frog, it is 0.3. Okay. Okay, 0.4. And for cat, it is 0.9. Okay, so probability is 0.9. Okay, so then it should be a cat, right? Probability is high for a cat. So in this case, you have to identify the max. So among 10 value, for each and every class, the model will give a probability value. So you have to pick the greatest probability. The probability value you no need. There is no use of the probability value, but which position it hold. If that high probability hold the 0th position, means that is aeroplane. If the high probability hold first position, means that is automobile. If that holds second position, means bird. So in that case and all, you know, this argument max function will work very well. Okay, you please try this argument max function. It will return which position it holds. Okay, so like this, you can use this for any application. I'm telling one example application where this Python is used in data science and ML and DL. Okay, so in data science also, if you have millions of records, you have to find the maximum. Okay, say for example, you have to find the maximum salary. In the sense, you can able to find on which position it holds. That if you want to identify, in the sense, you can go with this argument max function. Okay, then you can use sum function. Okay, no need to explain about this. The same way, sum function you can use. Sum is also an aggregate function. Okay, if the question will come in the form of what are all the aggregation functions available in the Numpy, you can list all these functions. if the question come explain in detail about few aggregate function, in the sense you have to answer accordingly. So you have to be ready for all things. So some function is available, then argument min is also available. Like argument max, we have argument min also. Okay, argument min also available. Okay, then what else is available? Mean available, standard deviation available. Okay, mean function is available. Standard deviation is available. So these are all the functions. Okay, these are all the functions which is available. Okay, I just save this in the desktop. Okay, so these are all the functions. So I hope you are familiar with all these functions. Standard deviation. I hope you know the difference between standard deviation and mean, then argument mean and sum. Okay, so these are all list of aggregation functions. Okay, have you tried anyone, Raj? Have you executed argument mean, argument max? Working fine, right? Yeah, good, good. So I hope online students also executing this, right? Okay. Max in argument we pass. Okay. Okay. Next one. Next topic which we are going to see is using axis argument with aggregate function. Have the heading using axis argument with aggregate functions. Okay. So axis argument. What is the use of axis argument? Now we will see. So when we apply aggregate function with a multi-dimensional array, it will apply aggregate function to all its dimensions. Okay. Say for example, uh, we have applied this min, max, and we have applied this argument functions, right? Min, max, sum, argument minimum, argument mean, standard deviation. It is performing on the entire array, right? It is finding minimum in the entire array. It is finding maximum in the entire array. But if you want to do for one row or one column, in the sense, we have to go with the axis arguments. Okay, the use of axis argument is in Numpy we can use this axis argument in order to perform with one row, one column, or a specific row or specific column. If I'm going to tell that how it is working, then you can able to understand clearly. Okay, so if we want to get sum of rows or columns, okay, example, we can write if we want to get, oh my god, get sum of rows sum of rows or columns, we can use axis argument. We can use axis argument with aggregate function. Okay, this is the specialty of axis argument. I'm giving one example for this. So as usual, example code. In example code, array 2D, sorry, we have to import numpy, yes, np array 2D equal to np dot array of, I'm having an np array with 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 4 I'm having, then again 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so print of sum, only sum of columns. Okay, sum of columns I have to find. Okay, I'm writing code for that. So what is the name of the array? Array 2D, right? Array 2D is the name of the array. So array 2D dot sum of, here normally you mentioned sum previously, right? So here what you need to do is sum of, you have to mention the axis also. Axis equal to 0. So axis 0 means column. Okay. Axis 1 means row. Got my point? Okay. So it is only column. It will find sum of column. You check this in your machine. It will mention only sum of columns. So the same way you can able to give axis equal to 1. Okay. The same way you can able to give axis equal to 1. In that case you will get sum of row. Okay. So it should be a case sensitive. You have to be careful in this. Okay. Axis equal to 1. Okay. So if you go with axis 1, then it should be a row. Okay, sum of rows. You will get sum of rows. Okay, let me check what is this error. Hmm? Which one? This is not working. Both. But simply give array name array dot sum of axis of 0. Then also it is not working. Hmm? Then it is working, right? Some problem with this format specification, maybe. Okay, so this is the way of using the horizontal and vertical sum. Okay, so single vest double bracket notation. Okay, so how do you access an element from? How do you access an element from a ND array? How do you access? What is the syntax? Array name of index that we can give in two ways. So I'm going to tell that single vest double bracket notation. Single vest double bracket notation to access array element. To access array element. Okay. So there are two ways in which you can access. Okay. So say for example, if we are having an array, yes, here itself we are having an array, right? Okay, this is a two-dimensional array. I am copying the same. I am copying the same here. Okay, let me clarify that. See, uh, you can print the elements like double equal to here I'm mentioning comma here are 2 comma 1, sorry, array 2D of 2 and 1. So in this way also you can mention, and another one way is, you can use this single using comma separated. Okay, so these are all the two ways, 2 comma 1. These are all the two ways you can check this with your machine, both are working or not. Okay, so see, what is the difference between single bracket notation and double bracket notation? We have we have difference, okay, but it is a tiny difference. Can anyone identify the difference and tell me? Google it, and identify the difference between single bracket notation and double bracket notation in array indexing or array accessing. Single bracket notation and double bracket notation. You identify and tell me. Google it and identify the difference between single bracket notation in array access and double bracket notation in array access. Numpy. We have a difference. This kind of questions will come in interview. Any answer from online students? Huh? Both output is same, but with respect to memory, we have some difference. With respect to memory, we have some difference for that. What? Why this here? Okay, let me check that later. Now you check and tell me the answer for me. Actually, we have answer for that. Okay. If we give double bracket, it will create a subarray. So actually, the concept is single bracket notation is recommended. Single bracket notation is recommended. The reason behind this is This is double bracket notation. Double bracket notation will create the subarray, and 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 occupy the memory. Okay. So the same way we can able to deal with um, slicing in multi-dimensional array. So how do you do slicing in multi-dimensional array? How do you do slicing in list and tuple? This question came in the midsem, right? Answered, right? Everyone answered, right? Slicing in the sense I explained before that. Slicing in the sense, yeah, taking a part from the list or tuple or an array. The same way we can able to do multiple slicing in two-dimensional array. Okay, this slicing takes vital role in the images. See, actually, the image segmentation is there, na? Do you know the image segmentation? What is image segmentation? Any idea? Image segmentation. See, image segmentation. See, whenever you are using your mobile, when you are taking selfie, your face is identified, right? Where say for example you and your friends are taking a selfie, all of your friends face and your face is identified by the camera software, right? So that is doing image segmentation. Okay, image segmentation is a part in image processing, data science, machine learning, deep learning thing. So image segmentation, the image segmentation, we have to identify which one is where the cat really exists. See, I'm showing this to you, image segmentation. See, in this whole image, where car is residing, in this whole image where the human being is standing, in the whole image where the car number plate is there. Okay, so these kind of things are very much useful in image segmentation, theft detection, and many applications are there in the image segmentation. So actually, for the data science, for machine learning, deep learning, and everything, image is just a matrix, right? Do you agree that image is just a matrix? Okay, in that matrix, we have to identify the face. Otherwise, we have to identify a car in bigger image. In this, we have to identify a car. In this whole image we have to identify a cat where it is actually resides, and see cat, dog, this classification we need to do. Actually the CNN algorithm will do these things very well, CNN and deep learning. Okay, so we have to identify this segmentation. See, in this bigger image, see, in this bigger image many objects are there. Okay, many objects are there. We have to identify each and every object separately. Okay, where the human, where the car is, and where the lawn is available, and individually you can identify who is that person. A lot of things you can do. All these things are image segmentation. So this image segmentation is nothing but slicing a matrix, right? We have a pattern for our face. See, say for example, every one of us having our own face pattern. There is some matrix value for my face. There is some matrix value for Rajkumar's face. There is a matrix value for Jaishankar's face. There should be some unique matrix value for everyone, Yash and everyone. So this is the thing. Okay. So whether that matrix value is available in this or not, and if it is available, we have to slice it out. So in that case, these are all the next level application of this slicing and matrix handling, numpy array. Everything should be done by numpy array only. Okay, so that's how the slicing is very important. You look at the slicing in the web, have some knowledge about the slicing of numpy array. We will discuss slicing in more detail in next class. Okay. Okay, so let me open attendance. Okay. Uh, Give your attendance in chat box. I will mark it. All of you, please give your attendance in chat box. I will mark your attendance. Don't worry. And myself itself giving attendance. Okay, see you.